Dialects are described as a regional or social variety of a language distinguished by pronunciation, grammar, or vocabulary. We have compiled a handy list of colloquialisms found in the county Ayrshire, Scotland, where you can use it if you ever find yourself conversing with a local. Some of the words that appear on this list may also help you in some other parts of the West Coast, but if traveling to the East Coast, we advise you take a translator. Thanks to the television shows like Friends, we don't need any subtitles for this video. Everyone can understand Americans. Number 1. Tays. Tays, otherwise known as toes or feet fingers, is a word used in many regions of Ayrshire. Its true origin is unknown, as is the reason why linguists of Ayrshire felt the need to replace the letter A with an O. Number 2. Een. Een is another word for eyes. It is probably more than likely that a person who uses the word tays to describe their toes would also use een to describe their eyes. An example of a common sentence used in Ayrshire would be, "Hey, you've poked my een with your tays. Going to not do that." Number 3. Ken. Those native to Ayrshire would use the word ken as a replacement for the word no. Many Ayrshire people will do this unwittingly and dispute it irrevocably, but they do in fact use the word ken on a daily basis. For example, "Do you ken Kenny?" Or "You ken what I'm talking about?" However, if you are from outside Ayrshire and point out this particular trait to a native, then please be prepared for an onslaught of abuse to come forthwith. Number 4. Puh. This should not be confused with another term concerning excrement. The Ayrshire people will then often drop the last 2 letters of the word pull and expect you to understand what they mean. Examples like, "Just puh over there," or "Give it a puh," may sound disgusting, but they're merely asking you to pull an object closer to the Ayrshire person you're engaging in conversation. Number 5. Gads. There are many spellings of this word. Some natives will spell gads with an S, while others will spell it Z-E. But nonetheless, the meaning of the word is still the same. It describes disgust. You can expect to hear examples like, "Gads, did you just poke my een with your tays?" Or, "Did you see what Senga was wearing? Gads." Number 6. Yin and toi. Yin and toi are replacement values for 1 and 2, respectively. Some places within Ayrshire will replace the number 3 with shri, but the less said about them, the better. Number 7. Cry. Some people of Ayrshire use the word cry and cried as replacements for the words call and called. This usually happens when they're struggling to remember a name or a place. An example of this would be, "You ken him, what do you cry him?" Or, "We took a trip to that place, what's it cried again?" However, there is already a widely accepted definition of the word cry, which is to utter inarticulate sounds, especially of lamentation, grief, or suffering, usually with tears. This is recognized by the Oxford Dictionary and the rest of the English-speaking world. The inhabitants of Ayrshire have cleverly adopted another word to replace the definition of cry. An example would be, "You ken who I mean. What's he cried? He's always greetin'." And that is our guide to some of the better-known Ayrshire colloquialisms. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you'll find this list useful when traveling through Ayrshire. Are there any words we've missed out? Please leave them in the comments section below. We'd love to hear them, Ken.